the first match onto court, Haase and Tommy Robredo.
In 2 minutes. One minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this match in the Boodles will be played over 2 tiebreak sets. If the score reaches 1 set all, a 10-point match tiebreak will be played. Robin Haase won the toss and he elected to serve.
Well, hello and welcome along to Stoke Park for day 2 of the Boodles exhibition tournament. It is a fabulous event which gives the top players around the world the ideal preparation before the big one at Wimbledon next week. Well, we saw some cracking matches yesterday and we have another stunning lineup for you today here at this Boodles competition. And first up is someone we saw yesterday. Robin Haase really entertained the fans in his tight loss to Janko Tipsarevic. In fact, tight loss, beg your pardon, to Philip Kohlschreiber. And he's out today against Tommy Robredo, a former world number 5, really talented Spaniard.
Robin Haase to
Someone
serve.
who has beaten Haase 4 times before in their previous meetings. He leads their head-to-head 4-love, but it's Haase to get us underway first. He's in good mood yesterday, Haase, in that match against Kohlschreiber. And it's understandable, reached the semi-finals of Den Bosch tournament in the Netherlands. So he's been in fine form on the grass. Of course, he is from the Netherlands himself as well, so plenty of support there. And he earned plenty of support here, really did entertain the crowds. Hit one shot through his legs as a passing shot was pretty stunning.
30-love.
But never beaten Robredo before. Robredo known more for his clay court tennis. Haase has also had his most of his success on clay. His 2 titles that he's won in his career, both coming on that surface.
Love.
Good way though for Robredo to get some preparation as well before Wimbledon. Reached the 2nd round of Halle in Germany before coming over here. So he's only played 2 matches on grass so far in 2015. Of course, Haase with the advantage, having played yesterday. Just got used to the courts here in Stoke Park. Just missed. Does have a pretty devilish slice, Robredo, which can be useful on the grass. Reached the 4th round of Wimbledon last year. Also reached the 2nd round, so doesn't have too many points to defend at SW19. But unlike Robredo, he won't be seeded. So currently ranked 73 in the world. Robredo up at 19, which is a stunning effort considering he's 33 years of age, and just a couple of years ago he was coming off knee surgery. Spent a long time out of the game, but has worked his way back up into the upper echelons of the sport. It is a
Robredo
terrific
serve.
event. If you can come along, if you're in southwest London, definitely do pop by, especially today. It should be beautiful weather throughout the day. Not always the case in England, of course.
15 love. Love.
Talked about Robredo being mainly a clay court. Of course, that's where he's had almost all of his success, but did reach the last 16 of Wimbledon, as I've already mentioned.
40 love.
I feel he's grown into playing on the grass. As I say, not a bad first serve as he shows there, first ace for him.
Yeah,
Back foot,
Robredo.
super forehand from Robredo. And is the shot that he
One
likes to
game more.
dictate play with. Takes the first, or secures his first service game, I should say. One game more than first set. Saw plenty of smiles from Haase yesterday. Really is a brilliant event in terms of that the players can just experiment with a few shots. Also not the pressure that there is in on the ATP World Tour, where there are ranking points and prize money at place. And that's fabulous play.
Love 15.
Haase again just experimenting there, coming into net with the drive volley. But it was a little too short, which allowed Robredo time to prepare. But a fine forehand nevertheless.
First serve.
Haase also likes to dictate play with the forehand, so you would expect to see them trying to move around the backhand as much as they can and maybe fire it into each other's backhand side.
And 15-30.
Only dropped serve the once yesterday against Kohlschreiber. Fine tennis from Robredo again. And he's threatening an early break here.
40.
Great movement just to give himself space there, and such a big forehand that just can't be controlled really by Haase. We've seen him hit a couple of big
Robredo.
forehands. That was a lovely backhand from Robredo. Dipping it down low to Haase, getting him on the stretch. And it is the Spaniard who breaks first in this first set and now leads 2-1.
Time.
So with the break early on in this encounter, Robredo serving 2-1.
15 love.
I said Haase had an advantage having played on this court yesterday. Doesn't look that way, does it? Robredo looks completely at home in these opening exchanges.
$15 all.
Haase likes coming forward.
15-30.
Not got a bad doubles record either, Robin Haase. You can see why. He's got a solid volley at the front of the court. He's won 2 tour titles in doubles. Reached a total of 7 finals, including the Australian Open final. He reached in 2013 with Igor Schiesling. Little short on the second serve from Robredo, and Haase with the chance to break straight back.
And 30-40. Juice.
Saves both break points. Forehand smooth as you like. Look how far around he's moved around the backhand. Helps him create that angle.
Advantage Robredo.
Got excellent variation on the serve as well, of course. As I say, he's growing up on the clay courts, so tends to hit it with a bit of topspin as well as sometimes a bit of slice. Slice is very effective on grass as well, though. Of course, stays very low.
Yeah, Robredo.
Well, got himself out of trouble, didn't he, with some fine first serves and some excellent forehands.
Robredo leads 3 games to 1.
And the former world number 5 does indeed consolidate the break, so opens up a 3-1 lead first set. Oh, beautifully done.
15 love.
Well, there are a fair few empty seats at the Boodles at the moment, but I think it will fill out as the day goes on. Of course, it's a slightly earlier start this year, maybe catching a few people unaware. But those that are here, really enjoying this match so far.
Not up. 30 love.
Excellent side spin from Haase. Just as soon as it landed, it cut away from Robredo.
Net. A serve. 30-15. (40-15).
First ace for Haase.
And 40-30.
It's clever use of that slice backhand from Robredo. Just means that it's tougher to hit off. Of course, Haase will have to generate all of his own pace and power. Ball pretty low down, which is always awkward for someone so tall as Haase is. Just going long. The crowd wanted to see that dip in, so they could see the hot dog from Robredo. Always a crowd pleased at that shot.
Advantage Haase.
Second ace of the game. Having just stopped the rot here. Remember, he's lost the last 3 games.
Game, Haase.
So it comes through the game. First game in 4 for Haase,
Winner leads
but it's
3
Robredo who
games
leads
to
by
2.
3 games to 2.
Time. Love 15. Love 30.
He recovered from 15-40 down in his previous service game, Robredo, and he's got himself in a bit of a sticky situation again here.
Love 40.
Well, he doesn't venture forward all that often, Robredo, and you can probably see why here. Almost just got caught in 2 minds, I think, with whether or not to take that low down or take it on the volley. Would have been
15,
disappointed
40.
with his French Open effort. Knocked out in the second round this time. He's been to the quarters at Roland Garros 5 times before. Also been to the quarters of the US Open and the Australian Open. Wimbledon's the only one where he's failed to reach the last 8.
30-40.
So it's been brilliant though from him to get back up into the world's top 20, considering all the injury problems he had. And considering the age that he's at now, 33, just loves the sport. Someone who brings a lot of fun to the court as well in terms of his game. And that's a terrific shot. Had to be very good, having moved so far around the inside-in forehand. Going down the line, he was exposed as well. He can be much better, get it landing right on the line.
Clear the ball, please. Thank you. Advantage, Haase.
Forehand looked a little tight on that occasion though. His only win on grass so far this year, Robredo. Peter Ricardas Barankis. Oh, what a rally. Real tactical duel, wasn't it? In terms of which player could keep hitting the forehand. Both kept hitting into each other's backhand. But finally, Haase pulls the trigger and couldn't have pulled it any better. Super forehand winner to close out the game. And the Dutchman breaks back. And we are level at 3 games all in this opening set. And Haase attacking the backhand, coming in, doing everything he can to keep the shot away from the Robredo forehand, one of the best forehands in the game.
Love. And 40 love.
Just overcooking the forehand.
40-50.
Of course, later on this week, we'll see both Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, 2 former Wimbledon champions. Unlikely to face each other, but they'll no doubt entertain the fans here in Stoke Park, as all the players do. Quality lineup for you today as well. Just tried to be maybe a little bit too delicate with that one, Haase. Yeah, following this one, we'll see Fabio Fognini take on Fernando Verdasco. And then Philipp Kohlschreiber comes back onto the court against Lucas Pouille, talented young Frenchman. Just goes long. Haase then comes through the game. He's turned this match around nicely, hasn't he? From 3-1 down, he now leads 4-3.
Time.
So now it's Robredo looking to stop the rot, having lost the last 3 games, serving 3-4 down. Well, he's floated a few lovely slice backhands, didn't quite get that one right. Also, to round off the day, I was just running through the schedule earlier on, there's also Nicolas Almagro against Lucas Russell. Of course, Nadal's conqueror a couple of years ago at Wimbledon.
And 15 all. $30-15. And 30 all. Net. First serve.
Chance there for Haase, able to get himself up to the front of the court. Just putting Robredo under pressure again, going into the backhand side. Just overcooking the forehand. So Robredo, instead of facing a break point, has a game point of his own.
Out. Game Robredo. 4 games all.
So Robredo does stop the rot. This yo-yo of an opening set continues. Of course, it was Robredo went up an early break. Haase fighting back. And now we're at 4 games all.
Fifteen loves. Thirty love.
Had to move sharply there just to angle his body around the ball so he could go back in behind to Robredo. Look at that big bit of a leap from Robredo, just so he could get his racket head around to guide it back into the backhand of Robredo. Worked.
And 40 love. Game Haase.
Love service game. Rarity in this match.
Leads 5 games to
Lots
4.
of contested games so far, but that one a comfortable one for the Dutchman. Closed out with the ace, and he's now a game away from taking the opening set. 5-4 he leads.
Time. And 15 love. Ball up, one behind you.
Wonderful hands. Well, we've seen the big forehand from
Very
Robredo
love.
that he's known for. There's the touch that he so often plays on the clay. Nice disguise on the drop shot too.
And 40 love.
We saw Haase with a love service game. Can Robredo respond with one of his own here?
Yeah,
He can.
Robredo.
There's a serve and volley from the Spaniard. Not something he does too often
5 games
away from the grass, but as I say, last year he looked very comfortable at the All England Championships. Getting through to the last 16 was a great effort from him. He certainly expanded his game. He's no longer just a backcourt player. And I think his experience on the court really does help him negotiate his way through matches in different situations and circumstances.
And 15 love.
Of course, they've met 4 times before, these two. Robredo winning every one, 3 of them being on clay, though the only time that they met away from the clay was in Rotterdam, which is an indoor event, which you would have thought would have suited Haase a little better, of course, in front of his own Dutch fans as well. But Robredo still won on that occasion.
And 40 love.
It's been a strange opening set. We've seen a number of tight games, and then all of a sudden, the servers wrestled the initiative back here. Chance for a 3rd straight love service game. 2nd straight for Haase. Oh, that is a sumptuous pickup. One-handed. And the arms aloft. Again, entertaining the crowd here. What a pickup that was. And it closes out the game. Another love service game for Haase then. He leads 6-5 first set.
Time.
Serving to stay in the first set for the second time now, Tommy Robredo. 5-6.
15 love.
Always nice to get the first point under your belt.
And 15 all. And 15-30.
A couple of decent returns from Haase. Of course, it's so important the return on grass, almost more than any other court, because you know if it is slightly short, your opponent's going to be in the driving seat during the rally. The rallies may not be too long either.
30 all.
A couple of aces then in this game for Robredo, but he's still only 2 points away from dropping the first set. Getting the entertainment from Haase. Nice smile from Robredo. Kept his concentration well, despite the noise coming from the other side of the court. Almost collided with the line judge there. Did Haase? But it was a nice bounce smash from Robredo.
Game, Robredo.
So this first set will be decided by a tiebreak.
6 games all, first set. Tiebreak.
Good depth from Haase on that occasion, but for once attacking the backhand, as we both know. Similar sort of game styles, these two. Both like to attack more with the forehand, and they can be a little inconsistent off the backhand wing. So 6 games all. Of course, Haase again probably has the slight advantage. Played 2 tiebreaks to 7 against Kohlschreiber yesterday, and then a match tiebreak to 10 in the third set.
1-0, Robredo.
Early mini break though for the Spaniard.
Net. No serve. Two 0, Robredo.
Nice disguise again from Robredo. Haase certainly didn't pick the drop shot. This is where you have to love this event. Players just like to try new things out. Not sure he would be playing that type of a shot at Wimbledon, Robredo, but it worked. Smooth winner from Robredo. Just didn't quite do enough with the approach there, Haase. A little short and allowed Robredo to move around the backhand again. Easy pickings really for the Spaniard.
3-1, Robredo.
That's a quality point from Haase. Just looks more comfortable, of course, serving and volleying than Robredo does. In terms of his record in tiebreaks this year, won 5, lost 3. Not got the best record in his career. 145, lost 79.
(4-2), Robredo.
Robredo then with the 2-point advantage as they change ends. Robredo's tiebreak situation throughout this year. He's won 3, lost 4. But has a better career record, 179, lost 140. Just a reminder of the order of play here today. Yesterday it was an action-packed day. It's another action-packed day today here at the Boodles. It'll be Fabio Fanini taking on Fernando Verdasco next up on this court, and then following that we'll have Philip Kohlschreiber against Lucas Pouy. And then we'll round things off with another Spaniard in action at Nicolas Almagro, taking on Rafa Nadal's former conqueror of Wimbledon, Lucas Rossell.
And 4-3, Robredo.
I haven't seen too many double faults in this match, but that one could be a costly one. Hands back the mini break to Haase.
And 4-all.
Again, another really controlled point from Haase. Controlled aggression. Plenty of time to set himself for the smash. Dispatching it with ease. Slightly sloppy from Haase. And the mini break handed back to Robredo again. So 2 big serves here, and the Spaniard will have the first set.
Six, 4, Robredo.
That's the first point done and dusted. Can he back up the second then? 2 set points hit for the 33-year-old. And there is the opening set. Wonderful point to close it out for Tommy Robredo. And the world number 19 takes it by 7 games to 6.
Time. Second set. Thanks. At 15 love.
Serving first in the second set then. Here's Robredo.
At 30 love.
Super back step
40
by
love.
Robredo. Top pros always make this shot look easy. Yeah, not always is. Look at him, his feet are actually behind the service line. He's going backwards, able to control the shot and generate power.
First game, second set.
Momentum then with the world number 19. Robredo takes the first game of the second set, having taken the first. Just to remind you the results from yesterday. Janko Tipsarevic beat Lucas Pouy 10-5 in the match tiebreak. Kohlschreiber beat Haase 10-7 in the match tiebreak. Dusan Lajovic was impressive against John Isner, winning 6-3, 6-4. And Lucas Rosel defeated Kevin Anderson 10-6 in the match tiebreak. So lots of the matches going the distance, and I think it will be the same today. Of course, all the players out there wanting to get as much experience on the grass court as possible ahead of Wimbledon. Idyllic place though to watch top level tennis. So many players in action this year, likes of Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Milos Raonic. Richard Gasquet will also be at this event. So many youngsters as well, the likes of Jack Sock, Yeti Janovic, Tennessee Kokkinakis. Of course, we'll see one later on, Lucas Pouy, who also played yesterday, and Alexander Zverev, another talented young player. It's a great place to watch a lot of the up-and-coming players. Looking to get forward and to generate his own speed on the ball though here. Did Haase, sliced up in the air, and ideally needed to be a little bit closer to the net to make that volley a lot easier. Took it a little too low. No, he's made it. Beautiful backhand down the line from Robredo. He has an early break point in this second set. First serve saves the break point for Haase.
Advantage Haase.
Rare missed forehand from Robredo.
Game Haase.
Coolly done. Saves the break point. Comes through the game. Important game for Haase to win.
One game all.
Every now and then does just make serving and volleying look so easy. Of course it helps with his height, being 6'3" tall. Having some fun yet again. As I say, he really did entertain the crowds against Kohlschreiber yesterday. Won a lot of fans on this court. In a very relaxed mood.
15 love.
Out.
15 all. Thirty 15.
Oh.
A little wild from
40,
Haase.
50.
Again, it's the backhand that lets him down. He's quite happy in matches to just duel from the back of the court often. But of course, on a grass court, wants to experiment with trying to get up the court more often, and maybe just being a little more aggressive.
Yeah, Robredo. Remorse, please. Ball change.
Well on cue from Haase. Charging up the court, put
leads
Robredo
to
alert to
1
it,
second.
just caressing the ball down the line. Robredo then takes an early lead again in this second set, 2-1.
Time. Fifteen love. Thirty love. Thirty 50.
Robredo's forehand just a little more safer than Haase's.
40-50.
Rattling through the games though in this second set. As ever on a grass court, lots of quick points, lots of short points. That's always entertaining.
Game, Haase.
Haase holds serve with relative ease.
2 games all.
And levels things up, second set, 2 games all. Really is a wonderful place to come and watch tennis. It's an event that's been going since 2002, and its 13th year. When you look through the years, so many players have gone deep in Wimbledon, having played at the Boodles. It's a great way to get prepared for the All England Championships. The players can get the right balance of relaxation as well as experience, and just honing their skills and getting themselves exactly right for the third Grand Slam of the year. Great job of getting Haase on the stretch. So part of his game that really has improved since coming back to the sport after injury is that serve.
Yeah, Robredo.
Nice firm wrist, just to nudge it away from Haase. Again, the first serve helping him out. It's another love service game for the Spaniard, and it is 3-2 that Robredo leads by in the second, having taken the first.
Time.
Serving 2-3 down, second set here, Haase. Beautifully done. So it's a dying art, the serve and the volley, but you'll see it sure enough at Wimbledon this year. Plenty of players go to it at certain times. It's just not used as a regular tactic as much as it used to be. There are still some players who do it time and time again. But it is certainly used in the men's game. It's used on every surface as well, just to catch opponents by surprise, and so if they are chipping the return, particularly on the backhand. As Robredo chipped it there, but that was an excellent low volley from Haase, and then he got up well to finish the point off with the overhead. Lovely pickup though, nice and low, which meant that Haase had to hit up. Made it. Another excellent point. Again, the soft hands from Haase at the net, but just left himself a little bit exposed, and this time it's Robredo who pinches the point.
Play the ball, please. Thank you. (30-40).
Bit of an easier overhead that time for Robredo. Set up by that blistering forehand yet again though. A break point here for the world number 19.
Game Robredo.
The break is rather gifted to him by the double fault from Haase.
Robredo leads
So he's up a set,
4-2.
and now he's up a break, and he's now actually just 2 games away from securing a win here at the Boodles.
Love.
Loaded up on the forehand side and exploded on the ball, did Robredo.
30 love.
Whenever he's got time to wind up on the forehand, it is so dangerous for his opponent. Fires another electric winner.
Net. For serve.
Couple of monster forehands from Haase to go with the grunt. Again, enjoying himself out there.
30-50.
I think he enjoyed the fact he won this point.
$40-50. Yeah, Robredo.
Robredo consolidates the break, and he's now a game
leads
away
5 games
from
to
taking the
2.
match. 5-2 he
Second
leads second set.
Time. Love 15.
Serving to stay in the match now. Not the best start from Haase. That would have been some shot from Robredo. Got the job done eventually, did Haase. A lot of pace on that ball. The lob wasn't that great in truth from the Spaniard. Super hands. They say known for his clay court tennis, Robredo, but he can come forward at times, as he demonstrated last year at Wimbledon. It was an excellent first volley. Got nice and tight to the net to secure the second ball as well. That would have been an awkward volley otherwise. And I'll have 2 match points here. That was a strange point from Haase. Again taking the volley on behind the service line.
(30-40).
Saves the first match point, Haase. What can he do on the second? Sumptuous passing shot from Robredo. Rather sums up the match. His forehand's been on fire throughout, and he secures the match and has defeated Robin Haase here at the Boodles. 7-6, 6-2. His first win here in Stoke Park. Excellent performance from the world number 19. And he's looking good ahead of Wimbledon. Haase again some more valuable experience on the grass ahead of SW19. But it is Robredo who secures the win.
Will be between Fabio Fognini and
up next
Fernando
then on this court, but not before 2:30
2:30
local time. It'll be Fabio Fognini against Fernando Verdasco. I'm going to take a quick break, but I'll be back to talk you through that one. Please join me for it.